company we are going to talk about is Ubisoft, a French-based video game developer that is known around the world because of the famous video game franchises like Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, and Prince of Persia. However, there are few shades of the company that has come to light recently. Workplace harassment is unwelcome actions that are based on a person's race, religion, gender, age, or disability. Harassment, whether it's sexual, verbal, physical, psychological, etc., has no degree of respect. 90% of workplace harassment is never officially reported. This questions the entire integrity of business entities and their ethics. What's worse is that the people who are involved or commit these crimes are not held accountable as much as they should to save or prevent the company's reputation from taking a hit in the eye of the public. Whereas, in reality, the company should be the first one to act. These unethical practices attack the corporate social responsibility area of the corporation. In the past, whenever the company has been made aware of misconducts happening in the workplace, they have made tough and bold decisions to deal with the problem and the person responsible. Similarly, this time, the company has laid out its anti-harassment plan after being allegedly accused of sexual harassment in the workplace. This plan includes steps such as introducing a third party, that is, a listening and reporting platform, wherein the employees can anonymously report inappropriate behavior, and the higher levels of management have to realize the problems being mentioned in the reports and take suitable action, which would create a healthy working environment and also have a little extra motivation as their bonuses will be tied to the outcomes they reach. Guillemot, the CEO of the company, has also said that he will personally investigate such allegations as and when they are reported. This anti-harassment plan has been received well by the customers and the public, and the company's sales have increased by approximately 20%, which clearly shows that the company has taken the right steps and must continue to do so.
There was a culture of seeing women as inferior, of using your position to prey on fans and on colleagues that were beneath you in the hierarchy of your job. This was the higher-ups stopping devs from creating projects with women as protagonists because women don't sell, all while outwardly projecting this facade of equality and acceptance. So yeah, I'm angry. Whenever I talk about this topic, I get angry because it's not just games being bad or money on your mind when creating quote-unquote art. It's abusing real people. It's actual social issues with real victims.
The director of HR at Ubisoft, along with 5 of its senior executives, have retired after being accused of sexual harassment by many of its employees. The highest number of complaints, which came from Ubisoft Canada, was headed by Yannis Mallet, who was among the 5 executives to resign with immediate effect. Many employees at the Canada branch have come forward and accused Yannis Mallet of sexual misconduct, with some saying that he used to drug the employees without their consent by feeding them cakes fused with marijuana. The company's HR department was accused of being incompetent and not reporting hundreds of sexual assault claims. The workspace was a toxic environment where the top executives of the departments could get away with almost everything and anything and not be held accountable for any of their actions, as the HR wasn't taking its job seriously. This also contributed to the backlash it has been receiving from their customers and the public, as they now see what is actually happening behind closed doors. The working environment had become so toxic that the employees didn't bother going to the HR anymore, as it didn't yield any results in the first place. Consequently, Ubisoft has fallen short in its obligation to guarantee a safe and inclusive workplace environment for its employees. The CEO of Ubisoft, Wes Guillemot, says that he is committed to implementing change across the company in order to improve the working environment by making it safe and secure for everyone in it.
Toxic work culture at its Canadian offices went unsaid. After the articles, resignations. Gone CCO Serge Haskaway, the creative force behind games like Assassin's Creed. Plus, the global head of HR, and Yannis Mallet, the president of Ubisoft Canada. But what's happening in gaming is bigger than one company. on the Twitch streaming platform,
But it's not okay, and it can't just be passed off as a mistake.
and on social media. Gaming community members such as Carissa are speaking out.
Took hold of my face and started to kiss me. Didn't ask for anything.
The company's largest shareholder is Guillemot Brothers SA with ownership of 14%. The general public has a 15% stake in the company and they can have a great influence on how the company is run. Ubisoft stock fell by 8% after the removal of 3 top executives over company-wide sexual misconduct allegations. According to reports, financial institutions have downgraded Ubisoft stock from buy to hold, implying that their analysts expect to track the market for the time being. Ubisoft stock is now down 6% over the past year, while stocks index of European tech stocks is up 20%. As of 19 November 2021, the stock stood at 45.56 euros, which is a 41.42% decrease from last year's share value. After such allegations arising from within the company, third-party publishers such as Prima Games have taken a stand against the company by temporarily stopping the sale of Ubisoft games on their online and hardware stores all around the world. This has also affected other companies to pause or completely stop the sale of games arising from such companies to raise awareness about such issues and hopefully help in reducing unethical activities within a corporation. A lot of backlash by the customers and the public can be seen clearly on social media platforms such as Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, etc., which also indirectly helps in bringing awareness about what's been going on and how we can help.
CBC News agreed to interview her masked and only use her first name for reasons of personal security. In 2012, the American talent booker met a prominent video game designer at a convention. She says he got her drunk and took her to a hotel.
All these allegations don't mean it cannot be fixed or prevented in the future. The company and the executives must accept that they have done something wrong, take steps to improve themselves and the company, and come back stronger with a better mindset. They just have to work harder and come up with innovative solutions in order to ensure the public and its own employees that the company is a safe workplace and that the employees and managers can coexist without any problems relating to gender, caste, hierarchy, etc. The employees and executives can together improve the situation.
Examples of some cases of raising awareness through social media can be seen here. Mostly, all types of people involved in the gaming industry, whether it's the users, the employees, or managers of any company, have taken a stand against sexual misconduct in the workplace, not just in Ubisoft, but in companies all around the world. This has helped in raising awareness at this point. It has reached the public who are not part of the gaming industry. With the scandal taking place, it was inevitable for the company to rectify the reputation in an immediate environment. Therefore, it did not just plague the reputation, it also affected the sales of the company. The French maker of hits like Assassin's Creed saw its share prices fall most in 6 years, dropping as much as 29% in Paris. With the hashtag Hold Ubisoft Accountable, many people participated in boycotting the game, as you can see in the following tweets. The hashtag on Twitter isn't just a show of support. Some are using their platforms to detail the abuse Ubisoft has condoned. One is Founded Scarab, who posted a long thread exposing how Ubisoft reportedly worked to cover up harassment allegations, announcing changes to the public for show, but not reflecting these changes internally. Although Ubisoft's share price continues to rise, we found that all other indicators such as its earnings per share, return on equity, and total shareholder returns fell quite heavily from 2018 to 2019 and are even expected to fall much steeper considering the year-to-date performance on these indicators. These are indications that, despite the rather glossy first quarter results published, the company has suffered some deeper performance issues which are a result of the recent scandal. Coming on what else was wrong with the company's internal team, which fueled this scandal, was Ubisoft's board effectiveness and expertise. Utilizing the board expertise and skills set tool found on the CGLytics platform, the analytics suggests gaps in the skills on the board. Specifically, not one of the independent directors has industry expertise, depicting the lack of ability to stay up to date with the market and trends compared to their peers. The board also has no representation of directors with governance expertise, questioning again their ability to apprehend the governance reforms promised by the company to address diversity. Although reforms are expected for Ubisoft, and both changes in its governance and in its executive team have been promised. The company currently shows gaps of diversity among its senior leaders. Diversity does not only refer to the gender imbalance revealed, but also the decades-long tenure of its executive directors, plus the low ratio of foreign nationals. Not to forget the independence among its board members. Using CGLytics data and tools, it reveals Ubisoft's board poses a serious governance risk. When comparing Ubisoft's corporate governance practices to its peers, they are not meeting market standards. As Ubisoft continues to navigate through the public scandal and implement changes to corporate culture, what remains to be seen is the impact on the financials of the video game specialist. Harassment of any type is a sensitive issue. It leads to a terrible impact on the lives of every individual that is involved in it. The trust gets broken, the dignity gets stolen, and integrity is questioned. Organizations have to play a proactive role in not just providing the behavioral support, but discuss every policy that has been violated and also provide justice to each and every employee that has been the victim, because if organizations try to hide in order to save their reputation, they are part of the crime as well. Business entities really need to transform the cultures in such a way that workplace harassment is more prevented than cured. Thank you.